So many of you remain in shock tonight after widespread damage from a tornado and strong winds. McCracken and Ballard counties still under a state of emergency. This is the tornado that touched down in McCracken County this morning, leaving a path of destruction behind it. You can see people throwing fireworks at officers. One was even hit with pieces of a mortar. Now, Paducah police received multiple calls about disturbances in the Elmwood Court apartment complex that night. We're going back to class. Don't worry, no tests, no pop quizzes. Ask yourself, what do you know about civics? You know, the study of how to be a good American citizen. And Jennifer, a House panel is broadening its investigation into Trump and possible obstruction of justice. Today, the House Judiciary Committee authorized subpoenas to these 12 individuals, including the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Franklin Roosevelt once said, "Nobody will ever deprive the American people of the right to vote except the American people themselves, and the only way they could do this is by not voting." Along the Potomac River, 22 million people visit Washington, D.C. And just to be honest with you, the sprinklers have started to go here on the Capitol building grounds, so we're a little wet. We're going to send it back to you, Jennifer. The church will not have Sunday school this weekend, but they said they will have a Sunday service at 10 a.m. at the Family Life and Worship Center. Now to a related traffic alert. A stretch of U.S. Highway 62 Blandville Road is closed right now. It'll stay that way overnight, and that is near the intersection of Fisher Road and where we just saw all that damage, Mount Zion Baptist Church. Crews plan to use that time to clear away storm debris. Other places damaged include this building, the Wilbert Vault Company in West McCracken County. This is video from inside the business. You can see where the roof collapsed and bits of wood and shingles are scattered throughout the inside. Employees told us they narrowly made it to their safe space when they heard crashing and saw the garage door ripped off its rails.
These storms are kind of increasing a little bit each year, it seems like, and the winds those straight line winds seem to be getting worse and worse. But this is the first time we've ever had this like this in this area.
Sanders said they do have clients who will need their services for scheduled funerals. He said even though the business is recovering from today's storms, they're going to make sure families get what they need. Not far from that business, the storms caused extensive damage to some area homes. This is a house on Moore Road in McCracken County. You can see large sections of that roof just gone. The homeowner, Mark Holmes, said the wind blew the front doors and windows into the house, damaged the living room area, and separated a wall from the home structure. He believes the house is a total loss. Now, in addition, the winds tore Holmes' garage from its foundation, and despite all that, he's optimistic about rebuilding.
I think after really considering it all, everybody's spirits are good. Like I said, we'll rebuild, we'll move on, and I really think everything will be just fine.
One of Holmes' neighbors has damage. Also, winds tore some of the siding and toppled a tree onto a pickup truck. Other trees snapped too, so much so a section of Moore Road was completely blocked by branches. Crews have since cleared that road. The American Red Cross is working to set up a shelter for those in need. Until it's set up, an evacuation center is open here at the Broadway United Methodist Church in Paducah. You can catch up on all of our coverage from today's storms on WPSD Local6.com. Look for these stories on our homepage. Also, you can add your storm damage photos to our growing online album. Just click on Submit Your Photo. Now to breaking news. Police are responding to mass shootings at 2 mosques in New Zealand. Details are limited, but we do know there are multiple deaths. It happened in the city of Christchurch. Police say they are currently looking for the gunman and asking people to stay indoors. To get breaking news like that right to your phone, download the WPSD Local 6 News app. Enable push alerts. Turning now to other news of the day. In politics, a rare act of defiance from Republicans in the Senate. 12 Republican senators joined Democrats to block the national emergency President Trump declared to get more money for his border wall. The measure passed with a vote of 59 to 41. They argued the Constitution clearly states Congress, not the president, has the authority to appropriate money. Continuing coverage at 10, parts of the Gulf Coast are preparing for what could become the first hurricane of the season. Earlier today, a tropical depression out in the Gulf of Mexico intensified into Tropical Storm Barry. While the storm may not pack a strong punch of wind, the big threat here is flooding. Now, those living in Louisiana are doing everything they can to prepare. These neighbors spent the day filling sandbags to protect their homes and businesses. Many homeowners say it's better to be safe than sorry, and even if the sandbags only help a little, it's well worth it. Tonight, Louisiana's governor is warning this is a serious storm.
But this could be a very significant rain event, and whether the water is flooding you because it comes from the sky or from the river at the end of the day doesn't make much difference. It presents the same threats.
Governor Edwards there is asking the president for a federal declaration of emergency before Barry makes landfall. As soon as it was safe to do so, crews started assessing the damage and trying to figure out the storm's path. We caught up with members of the National Weather Service while they were out surveying damage in West McCracken County. They were out taking pictures of damaged homes, buildings, and trees. Rick Shanklin explains how this helps determine how strong the tornado was.
We're looking at the western half of the track. We have another team looking at the northeast half of the track, and then we're going to meet back here at the command post at the end of today and try to reach our final decision on it.
Many people in McCracken County say a miracle happened today. 40 preschool kids emerged unharmed from the church they were in when the tornado hit. Local 6's Shamaria Morrison explains how things unfolded at Mount Zion Baptist Church and the surrounding area.